Let me tell you something, man. You ain't gonna get nowhere just watch, and other people do it. You sit in there scrollin', watchin' folks chase their purpose, build their dreams, buy their houses, post their wins. While you still stuck on the same step you were 3 years ago. Listen, God gave you something special. He gave you a gift, but that gift ain't gonna grow while you're glued to your screen. You gotta stop watchin'. Start focusing, start grinding. Some of y'all pray for a blessing, but ignore the discipline required to receive it. You waiting on a sign when the sign is already in your gut. You were meant for more. But more only shows up when you lock in and get serious. Let me be real. Success don't come to the most talented. Nah, it comes to the most focused. The ones who turn off the noise. The ones who ain't scared to get up early, stay up late, and say no to every distraction that don't line up with their destiny. You watch Netflix like it's your job, but ain't building nothing that'll set your family up. You repost motivation, but your habits don't match your hunger. Stop watching, start building, stop wishing, start working, stop dreaming, start doing. Focus is power, man. When you get laser focused, shut down, the world focus, ain't no force on earth that can stop what God has for you. But you gotta give him something to work with. You gotta meet him with effort. You gotta stop saying one day and make today day one. Your phone ain't gonna change your life. Your feed ain't your future. Your focus is. If you could stay focused for 6 months, really focused. No excuses, no distractions, no letting people pull you off course. Your whole life would shift. That version of you that you keep picturing, it's real, but it requires sacrifice. And let me tell you, sacrifice ain't pain, it's proof. Proof that you're ready. Proof that you believe in yourself enough to shut down the noise and bet on your calling. So get up, get serious, get focused. Your gift is waiting on you, but first, you gotta stop watching and start walking in your assignment. Everybody wanna be something, but don't nobody wanna do something. You sitting there watching others grind when you got your own dream on pause. Ain't that the truth? Everybody talks about goals, about success, about one day I might make it. But let me ask you this. When was the last time you actually did something for that dream? Not talk about it, not write it in your notes, not tell your friends, do something. Because the truth is dreaming is free, but executing costs discipline. And that's where most folks fall off. See, we're living in a time where everybody's watching everybody else. You scrolling through other people's wins, clapping for their hustle, admiring their shine. But you ain't done a thing to dust off your own potential. You paused your life to spectate theirs. You became a full-time audience member to someone else's show. But let me break it down. Watching ain't working. Wishing ain't grinding. And clapping for others don't substitute showing up for yourself. You want to be great, then get uncomfortable. Get up earlier. Stay consistent when nobody's watching. Start saying no to things that ain't aligned with your purpose. Because here's what folks don't tell you. The dream you keep waiting for, it's on the other side of effort. Not luck, not timing, effort. And you can't put in effort while your attention is scattered across 100 distractions. You sitting there watching motivational videos, reposting quotes, liking success reels, thinking that counts as progress. But it don't. Watching others move doesn't move your life forward. In fact, it delays your growth. It convinces you that inspiration is action. But inspiration without action is just another excuse. Now let me say this, I ain't mad at you. I've been there. I know what it's like to feel stuck. I know what it's like to feel like you missed your window. But let me remind you, as long as you're breathing, your purpose is still alive. You ain't too late. You just too distracted. So ask yourself, how much longer you gonna sit on the bench when you were born to play in the game? How many more times you gone say, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't guaranteed. You got breath in your lungs today, then act like it, turn the noise off, shut the distractions down, stop watching others do what you were called to do, because you've got something in you that this world needs, but it won't show up until you do. Don't be the one who talked about it. Be the one who was about it. Don't be remembered for your intentions. Be remembered for your action. So I'm gonna say it one more time, loud and clear. Everybody wanna be something, but don't nobody wanna do something. Stop watching, start moving. Your dream's been on pause long enough. It's time to press play. Success ain't on your screen, man. It's in your hands, but you gotta stop scrolling and start building. Let's get this straight. Your future isn't going to be found in someone else's highlight reel. It's not in the next trending video, it's not buried in your feed, and it sure ain't hiding in the comments section. Your success isn't out there somewhere, it's already in you. But the question is, are you willing to work for it? Are you ready to stop watching others live their dream and start building your own? We live in a scroll culture. Everybody's got a phone in their hand, thumbs moving non-stop, eyes locked in on everybody else's life but their own. You watching strangers win, influencers flex, and dreamers shine, while your own goals gather dust. You telling yourself you're just taking a break, but that break became your comfort zone. You've got power in your hands, but you using it to scroll instead of build. Let me tell you, every minute you spend consuming someone else's success is a minute stolen from your own progress. Every swipe is a small delay. Every distraction is a detour. You were created with potential that could change your life, maybe even change the world. But it won't mean nothing if you keep wasting your time on what doesn't feed your purpose. You can't blame the algorithm. You can't say the system's rigged or that nobody's giving you a shot if you won't even give yourself a real shot. You've got to build when nobody's clapping, when nobody's watching, when nobody understands. Because success don't show up when it's convenient. It shows up when you've been consistent. There's power in focus. There's power in choosing to log out of the noise and log into your calling. There's power in taking what's in your hands, your skills, your ideas, your time, and turning it into something real. You don't need more motivation. You don't need more likes. You need more discipline. You need more time alone with your work. You need silence, structure, and a vision so clear that no screen can distract you from it. You were made for more than watching other people win. You were made to rise, to hustle, to fail and try again, to build something with your own hands. That vision in your heart, it's not random. It's your responsibility. But the building don't begin until the scrolling stops. You got a future to create, a purpose to walk in, and a life to design. So stop watching stories and start writing your own. Pick up your gift, show up for your assignment, make every day count, because success ain't on your screen. It's been in your hands all along. Now get up and build. God didn't give you a vision just so you could watch other folks live theirs. He gave it to you. Now move. See, that dream inside you, that idea you keep thinking about, that silent calling you feel in your gut, that's not random, that's not your imagination, that's purpose, that's divine instruction. And the worst thing you can do is ignore it while you sit back and watch others walk boldly in theirs. You ever wonder why you can't shake that one dream, why that one goal keeps coming back to your mind, over and over? It's because God placed it there, not your friends, not society, God, and He didn't do it to entertain you. He did it to ignite you. But here's the problem. Too many people get stuck in observation mode. They become spectators of someone else's blessing, someone else's breakthrough, someone else's grind. Meanwhile, they're sitting on their gift like it ain't time yet. Let me tell you, if God gave you the vision, He already cleared the path. All He's waiting for is movement. See, God doesn't ask you to have it all figured out. He doesn't expect perfection. He expects obedience. He wants to see if you trust Him enough to take that first step. Before the money comes, before the support shows up, before the applause. You keep waiting for a perfect moment, but God is saying, I already gave you the moment. It's called now. Your vision wasn't designed to collect dust. It was meant to stretch you, challenge you, grow you. And yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. You might get judged, you might fail. But if the vision came from Him, the victory will too. You sitting there comparing your timeline to someone else's, that's wasted energy. You weren't made to copy, you were made to create. Their calling ain't yours, their pace ain't yours, their purpose ain't yours, so stop watching and start walking. You don't need more signs, you've been getting them. That restlessness you feel, that frustration with staying still, that's God nudging you, pushing you to move, to stop delaying, to stop doubting. You're praying for breakthrough, but God is waiting on your move. He gave you the vision because you're capable, because He knew what He put inside you, and He's not going to force it on you, but He will keep calling, and the longer you ignore it, the heavier that regret becomes. So don't waste another year just watching. Don't sit on social media admiring everyone else's journey while yours is still stuck in park. Don't let fear win. Don't let comfort trap you. God trusted you with that vision. That means you're the one. You're the one who's supposed to build it, lead it, launch it. Not next year, not someday. Now, move. Distractions are dream killers, straight up. You watching them win while your own calling collects dust. Let's just be real. Every second you spend off track, every moment you give away to something meaningless, every scroll, every click, every I'll do it later, that's a brick you could have laid in your dream but didn't. Distractions don't show up screaming. They slide in quietly. They look like entertainment, like harmless habits, like just 5 more minutes. But when you add those minutes up over days, weeks, months, you've lost years of momentum. Distractions are the enemy dressed like comfort. They promise rest but rob you of purpose. You think you're unwinding, but you're actually unwiring your discipline. You think you're just chillin', but your calling is back there starving for attention. While you're watching everybody else win, while you're clapping for them, reposting them, admiring their progress, you forget that your dream is sitting in the background, covered in dust, waiting on you. Not luck, not opportunity, not motivation. Let me break it down, you can't multitask purpose. You can't casually chase greatness. Dreams require full focus. And if you don't protect your focus, the world will gladly steal it. Look around you, we're surrounded by noise. Every app, every video, every update is fighting for your attention. And every time you give in, your dream gets delayed. Not because you're not talented, not because you're not capable, but because you're not locked in. You ever wonder why it feels like nothing's moving? Why you keep starting and stopping? It's because you haven't built the discipline to silence the distractions long enough to finish what you started. And here's the harsh truth. Distracted people don't finish. They start with energy, get pulled off course, and then wonder why they're stuck. It's not that your dream ain't possible. It's that you're too distracted to be dangerous. You got potential, but no pattern. You got talent, but no tunnel vision. So ask yourself, what's been stealing your focus? Who are you watching instead of becoming? What habits have you justified that are actually slowing you down? You can't fix what you won't face, and you can't rise until you decide you're done being distracted. There's greatness in you, but it requires separation. Separation from noise, from comparison, from comfort. You gotta unplug from everything that doesn't feed your mission. You gotta get quiet enough to hear what your purpose has been trying to tell you. Every distraction you beat is one step closer to destiny. Every day you choose focus over noise, your dream gains strength. So stop watching them win and start working on your own. Because while you're watching, you're wasting. And while you're scrolling, you're stalling. And while your time's being eaten by distractions, your calling is collecting dust. We live in a world that's loud. Everybody got an opinion. Everybody's showing off. Everybody's shouting over each other, trying to prove something. But let me tell you this, purpose doesn't live in noise. It grows in quiet focus. If you keep letting the noise control you, you'll never hear what God put inside you. See, the more you watch other people walk in their gift, the more you forget about your own. You start wishing your life looked like theirs. You start chasing their version of success. But comparison will steal your clarity. It will trick you into thinking your gift isn't valuable, and that's a lie. You've got something unique inside of you. A skill, a vision, a calling that nobody else can carry the way you can. But you'll never step into it if you keep being a fan of someone else's calling. You weren't created to watch. You were created to walk. Shut off the noise. That means turning off distractions, yes, but it also means turning off doubt, turning off fear, turning off all the voices that told you you're not good enough, not ready, not worthy. Because if God gave you a gift, He already approved you. Wishing ain't working. Hoping ain't building. Planning means nothing without motion. You've been talking about your dream for years. You've written it down. You've prayed about it, but faith without works is dead. You gotta start walking like it's already yours. Start moving like the door is about to open. Because here's the thing. Doors don't open for people standing still. They open for people who are already in motion. Stop waiting for the perfect time. It doesn't exist. Stop waiting for permission. You don't need it. Stop watching others live their purpose. You got one too. But it won't activate until you decide to show up for it daily, not when you feel like it, not when it's easy, but every single day. You can't borrow someone else's assignment. You can't copy their lane. You gotta walk in your own gift, and that takes courage. It takes sacrifice. It takes a decision to shut out what doesn't align and pour everything you have into what does. You weren't meant to blend in. You weren't meant to follow the crowd. You were meant to lead, to create, to build something that reflects the purpose placed inside of you. But it starts with focus. It starts with commitment. It starts with moving, even when nobody claps, even when it's lonely, even when it's hard. So shut off the noise, get serious, get intentional. Walk in your gift like your life depends on it, because it does. Purpose won't chase you. You gotta chase it. And when you do, the world will finally see what you were truly made for. Excuses don't make deposits, baby. Discipline does. So turn off that show and show up for your life. Deposits, baby. Discipline does. So turn off that show and show up for your life. You keep telling yourself you'll do it tomorrow, that you're tired, that you're waiting for the right time. But let me tell you straight, your future doesn't care about your excuses. Your goals don't cash in because you meant well. Success ain't built on intentions. It's built on action, on commitment, on discipline, day in and day out. Excuses are comfortable. They give you a reason to stay stuck without feeling guilty. I'm too busy. I don't feel ready. I just need a break. That little voice in your head is feeding you reasons to delay what God already called you to do. But the truth is, you're not too busy. You're just distracted. You're not unqualified. You're just scared. You're not lost. You're avoiding the work. Discipline, though. Discipline shows up when motivation don't. It wakes you up before the alarm. It gets you moving when nobody's watching. Discipline don't care if you feel tired. It don't care if you're uncomfortable. It's about doing what's necessary, not what's easy. And the people who win in life, they're not the most talented. They're the most disciplined. You keep looking at your bank account, your business, your body, your habits, and wondering why nothing's changing. But let me ask you, what have you deposited into your dream lately? Not just talk, not just thought, but real action. Because if you're not investing time, energy, and focus into your life, how can you expect it to pay you back? Turn off that show. You know the one that eats up your evenings, the one that gives you an escape from the work you should be doing. Turn off the noise, turn off the phone, turn off the fake comfort, because every hour you spend avoiding your calling is an hour you'll never get back. You say you want the results, but do you want the lifestyle that brings them? Discipline is a lifestyle. It's not a phase. It's not a challenge. It's a mindset. You have to become the person who shows up regardless of how they feel, because your future is counting on you to be consistent. And let me tell you something else. Discipline is love. It's self-respect in motion. It's saying, I care enough about my future to make hard choices today. Excuses might feel good for a moment, but discipline feels better for a lifetime. So if you're serious, stop feeding the lie that you'll do it later. Later is how dreams die. Show up now. Show up tired. Show up unsure. Just show up. Every day you choose discipline, you're making a deposit. And trust me, baby, one day that account's gonna overflow. No more delays. No more distractions. No more excuses. Turn off the show and show up for your life. Ain't no secret sauce to success. It's focus, work, and more focus. That's it. Lock in. People out here keep searching for some magic formula, like there's a shortcut to greatness. Let me tell you right now, there's not. You can read all the books, watch every motivational video, listen to every guru, but if you don't have the discipline to focus and put in the work, none of that matters. Success don't come with glitter and confetti. It shows up after long hours behind closed doors while nobody's clapping. It comes when you shut off distractions, stop trying to please everybody, and get laser focused on the thing that sets your soul on fire. You gotta lock in. That means your mind, your time, your energy. All of it aimed in one direction, not halfway, not sometimes, all in. And when your focus gets tight, your results start to rise. It's not luck, it's alignment. Most people fail not because they're not good enough, but because they're too scattered. They try to do 10 things at once and end up finishing nothing. You want to succeed, then simplify. Pick the mission, pick the path, and then grind every single day. Wake up with intention, cut out the noise, tell yourself, this is what I'm doing, and I ain't stopping till I finish. That's how empires get built, not overnight, but over time, with focus and sweat. People will try to distract you. Life will test your discipline. You'll have every excuse in the world to give up or change direction. But if you can push through that and still lock in, you'll start separating yourself from the crowd. You'll go from average to exceptional, not because you're better, but because you're more consistent. Success is boring sometimes. It's repetitive. It's waking up and doing the same thing again and again, even when you don't feel like it. It's sacrificing comfort for consistency. But when the results come, when the doors open, when people start saying you lucky, you'll know it wasn't luck. It was focus and work. Don't get caught up chasing easy. Don't waste time waiting on a sign. You already know what you need to do. You're just scared to do it consistently. That fear, that's normal. The ones who win, they feel it and still move forward. So I'll say it again. There ain't no secret sauce. There's no elevator to the top. There's just stairs and every step you take. Focused, intentional, disciplined is building the future you've been praying for. You want change, lock in. You want growth, lock in. You want success. Lock in, focus, work, more focus. That's the formula. That's the truth. Now go get it. You ain't late. You just distracted. But the moment you start, focus. And God gone show out in your favor. Listen to me. You're not behind. You're not too old. You didn't miss your shot. That voice in your head telling you it's too late. That's not truth. That's distraction. You're not out of time. You're out of focus. And there's a big difference. See, God never gave up on your calling. The dream didn't disappear. The vision you had in your heart, that thing that keeps tugging at you, it's still alive. But you've been looking at everything else except the thing you were born to do. Distraction don't always look like failure. Sometimes it looks like being busy. It looks like doing 100 things that keep you occupied but never take you closer to your purpose. And let me tell you something. The enemy doesn't always destroy dreams. He just delays them. And he does it by keeping your mind scattered, your energy divided, your attention pulled in 10 directions. But the second you lock in and start focusing, that's when things shift. That's when the favors start flowing. That's when doors start opening that were locked for years. God's not waiting for you to be perfect. He's waiting for you to be present, to show up for the assignment he gave you, not the one the world told you to chase, not the one social media says is trending, your assignment, the one he wrote with your name on it. You're not too late. You're just not locked in. You've been watching too many people, comparing too much, second, guessing what's already yours. But let me be clear, what's for you is still for you. If you're bold enough to stop getting distracted and start getting disciplined. Some of you are sitting in delay because you haven't created space for God to move. You got too much clutter, too much noise, but when you clear that out and focus on what truly matters, your gift, your mission, your purpose, watch what happens. God don't just reward potential. He rewards movement, and don't think you gotta have it all figured out. You just gotta start. One focused step at a time, that's all it takes. Consistency is the key that unlocks divine timing. Every day you choose discipline over distraction. You make room for God to breathe on your effort. The moment you stop entertaining everything that doesn't serve your calling is the moment God starts accelerating everything that does. His favor moves fast when your focus lines up. So stop thinking you're late. Stop looking back. Stop wasting time regretting what you didn't do. Start now. Start today. Tune out the noise. Lock in on the vision, because the moment you focus, God gone show out in your favor like never before.